I learned literally everything about business from the junior league and was able to come right back in the field. So in 1996, the Olympics came to Atlanta, and I took a job with the Olympics. So I had never done sports, I did not have a background in any of this, but I knew how to drive volunteers, and I knew how to get people engaged, and I knew how to get people really excited about something. So I joined the Olympics and led the Paralympic Games. I started out being responsible for bringing in volunteers, and I took care of that in the first week. And I said, okay, that's done, now what do you want me to do? And working with a large nonprofit like that, they just kept piling on the jobs, and it was awesome. There is no straight path. There is no, I'm going to major in political science and this is it, and now this is what I'm going to go do for the rest of my life. You can do that, and that's great. But you can also start out in the most bizarre way, that as I did, and you can let the past take you where you're going to go. But what it's going to take is a strong drive, an incredible determination, an unbelievable belief in yourself that says you can do it when everybody's telling you that you can't. And you will face that. You will face where everybody's going to tell you that you can't do it, and that's where you really prove yourself. And you dig in deep and you decide if this is the right thing for me. If it's not the right thing for you, that's okay, but have a strong exit plan. Don't burn bridges. I've seen it happen too many times. Don't burn bridges, because this world that we all live in is very small, and there's a whole lot of connections. So a lot of the jobs that I got were because of my reputation where I had worked before, people that knew me, the strengths that I had, a lot of people out basically politicking on my behalf to be able to move into all these different roles. So the first thing they say to me is, I love sports. I love sports. I want to be in sports marketing. So that's an odd one to me, right? Because I know what it takes to be in sports marketing. To be in sports marketing, you have to be a marketer. Sports is just the thing, right? You can go market widgets, you can go market, hospital supplies, whatever it is, but you got to be a marketer first. And so people seem to forget that. People say, I love sports, but the focus really needs to be on how do you learn the business? Because it really doesn't matter if you love sports if you can't sell Cokes at it or you can't sell Coke Zero at it. How do you learn the marketing part of it? How do you learn what's going to really drive consumers? How do you learn what's going to really make millennials jump up and down and be excited? Because every company in America is targeting millennials, so you're in the buckets. They're targeting you, or a little bit older than you. But if you think about that, it doesn't matter what we're putting it up against. It's how do you sell that and how do you do that? And the sport part is just, to me, incidental. My favorite part of my job is twofold. One is working with our system, because I really love working with the bottlers, because the bottlers are the ones who are building the displays and putting them up in the store that you, the consumer, are going to go see. So I really love that part of it. I think because early on at Coke, that was where I started, so I think I just have a big love for that. And I just like the way the bottlers think. So that's one big piece. And then the second piece is really then being out there doing this stuff that we do. So being out there doing the activities, I do love being on college campuses. It's super fun. And being out there at 4 in the morning with them, and they're lunatic crazy. And when you're on the West Coast, all the shows start at 6 a.m. So basically they just stay up all night and then come join us, which is really fun and interesting. So I like that part of it. It keeps me really young. It keeps me thinking young. I like that part. And I think that there's always something new you can learn from it. So even though we've been doing this, we never ever just say, we'll just kind of like turn the lights on again. We look every single year how we can change it, improve it. And I think the best example is NCAA. We've been doing it for 14 years. This will be our 15th year of doing it. And Kasha Horner, who managed it on my team, every year working with Melt, they push the envelope and push the envelope and push the envelope.